copy the link.
Yo, we back with another episode of the Game Changers Podcast. I'm your host, Boss Man Jay, joined by my co-host, Mel Socrates. We got Gnome G, we got Nick Man from Nick Man TV, and we got T Horton. What's up, fellas? We got the whole crew in the building today. Hey, so I wanted to bring up, we were talking in the group chat about the interview that Jamel Hill did on Cam Newton. I think it was on Cam Newton's podcast, but she brought up the fact, well, she insinuated the fact that Cam Newton may be underpaid when it comes to, in comparison to some of the other former quarterbacks that are now on TV. So brought up an interesting point. I think production got a video for us to watch on
television, on a major network. Like I'm, and I don't know if you've thought about that, because one thing that is definitely, like, you see, I mean, listen, you got Brady, Romo, former quarterbacks, Terry Bradshaw, former quarterbacks. Like, that space has been dominated by white quarterbacks. Yeah. You're the only black one that has a quarterback that is on TV, giving analysis.
I'll take that.
And
you heard that, Gilly?
But I think that's important, though, because the experience that you have as a black quarterback, being in the NFL, being a former MVP, is different.
Yeah, but
it's different.
Can we keep it funky?
Yeah.
I don't get no Brady deal.
I know.
I don't get no Romo deal.
Exactly.
So he bring up the point, he don't get a Brady deal or a Romo deal. And just for context, Romo getting paid $17.5 million a year. Brady getting paid about $38-39 million a year. What do we got to say about that?
I mean, Cam just starting out. What he expecting to be paid? And I think a lot of his stuff is just him. He put it out himself, right?
Yeah,
my thing with Cam signed with ESPN October 2024. That's just a little over a year ago. Outside of Brady, them other guys been with. Matter of fact, Tony Romo is not even with ESPN. He's with CBS, right? That's what his deal is at.
Yes.
Okay, 10 years, 180. But
so I mean,
Cam Newton has been here, like I said, just over 14 months basically. So how you can't compare your numbers to these guys?
No.
And I wanted to bring up the fact that Cam probably could demand those type of numbers if he was on the level of a Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp probably the only black athlete who could demand them type of numbers, because Shannon has built a platform outside of the biggest media platforms or the cable companies. So I think Shannon probably could demand something like that from one of the companies, and they ain't giving Shannon that, let's be real. But Cam, it is a little short-sighted to even try to compare yourself up against Brady, for sure. But Romo, I think that's a better comparison, and you just got to see where Romo at. Romo at CBS. That's a mainstream, mostly, white institution. So you can't expect for these folks to pay you like you want to be paid when you are not who they want to see. You, with this nigga hair and the weird ass outfits, that's not gonna get the attention of white America. That's who you're talking to when you on CBS News and CBS Sports.
And also, like, Jamil Hill, she brought up the angle of race, essentially, with bringing the whole thing up. She brought it up and then brought up Tony Romo name and brought Tom Brady name up. So to me, it's not really a race thing. More so, it's an experience thing. And what are you bringing to the table as an athlete to present to the viewers and to the fans that really want to watch the content on TV? Because we all know that we want to hear. We all want to hear. We would love our representation on TV as Black people, and anybody I think like to see their people on TV doing whatever, and it represents them. But I think at this when Jamil Hill was bringing up the race angle, you don't only see you're the only Black quarterback and everything. It's like we still want to see Cam on TV more though. We know Cam from his platform on YouTube, which is cool, and we like his. I think the majority of people on this panel and most people that tune in to Cam on his YouTube channel enjoy his YouTube channel for what it brings. His interviews, his style, the style he does with his interview and stuff like that. But TV is a different animal. You know what I'm saying? And allow him to gain notoriety on TV as an analyst before we think he got to get all this money. You know what I'm saying? I believe Stephen A helped bring in Cam to ESPN, and we saw how much work Stephen A had to put in to get the money that he's getting, because he is a Black man. He is the top analyst at ESPN though. Like, he has a lot of say over there. So
why the fuck is she asking him questions anyway? Like, you supposed to be getting interviewed, not living a fucking interview. You trying to sit here and turn something into something it's not. Like, she was really trying to start like a little racial tension thing going on between the Black quarterback and the white quarterbacks on TV now.
Well, wait a minute. I will push back on that. I think maybe she
got let go though. Remember how she got let go?
Yes, but she was too pro-Black, basically, and she was Black though. I ain't gonna lie. She was Black Lives Matter, liberal, all the way to the left Black. So yeah, they had to get her up out of there. But I will say this: maybe they looking at it from the perspective, which I say Jamel Hill and Cam looking at it from the perspective of they probably helping somebody behind them, somebody who coming next, the next generation, by bringing up this conversation or whatnot. So I see what you're saying.
But at the same time, Cam Newton is an analyst. Tom Brady and Romo are both commentators. There's a difference. You feel what I'm saying? There's a big difference.
Yeah. You're right.
You're right. They're on TV at the prime time moments.
They are the play-by-play.
Right.
Play-by-play, color commentary. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a big difference. And Romo has been doing commentating since 2017. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So he basically almost 10 years in the game doing what he was doing. Newton is, like I just said, 14 months.
And you are after the game. You come in after everything. They are there doing it live, like T. Horton said.
That's a big difference, man.
It is.
But
and that's
Cam
a good point.
Can't let Jamil, we know how she rock. He can't let her, goddammit, cause him his bag because of her antics and shit and her hate for ESPN.
Hey, because ESPN will look at your proximity to somebody who deemed too controversial, and we know Jamel and Michael Smith at one point they had ESPN on lock. They was the new young faces of ESPN, and they just went too far left, bro. They went too far left, bro. They let Obama and all that old civil rights talk, all that shit they overloaded it. You know what I'm saying? With that, Kaepernick had a big part to do with that. At that time, Kaepernick was, going through what he was going through in the media. So they was kind of the voices of that. So ESPN had to. It was too many bad comments in the comments. It was too many people saying, "Oh, we need to, keep politics out of sports, this and that." So Jamel, Cam, learn from the past. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I think everybody, it's a blessing to have a voice on TV for our people. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to look at certain situations like this right here. We're talking about certain money for certain analysts, the commentators. Look at it logically. Let's not always throw that in there all the time, because they don't always have to be in there. Sometimes we just got to look at it from a just a black and white perspective, like looking at it from logical, straight perspective. Why that got to get thrown in there about Cam? ESPN got all kind of black analysts right now. There's probably more black analysts on ESPN than there's ever been right now. There's so many faces of black folks on ESPN that don't have nothing to really do with it, in my opinion. Cam just got to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Let Cam put the work in and see where he gets to, and leave it at that. Instead of you trying to come on there with your controversy because ESPN did you a certain way or whatever, or these networks did you a certain way, so you're gonna throw your angle up in there. It's like, come on, man.
And I'm gonna hold on to the point where I think, Cam, you not what middle America want to see. Don't nobody want to see your weird dressing ass. Like, that might be good for a certain demographic of
but
niggas
we talking
in
shit
Atlanta.
about him though.
You know what I'm saying?
We talking shit about Cam's outfit. So you think shit? We all
so you think these guys in middle America want to see, you know, you and your Willy Wonka suits and shit? So that part, I want to, you know, just, we have to be self-aware. You know what I'm saying? You can wear anything you want to wear, but if you trying to appeal to the masses, bro, sometimes you gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's a word called assimilate. You know what I mean? So if you're not gonna assimilate, you can't be shocked that the masses don't wanna.
That's a big word, boy.
You know, go along with what you're doing. I'm just saying, you know, that's kind of where it is right there. All right, Ocho.
Get my notebook. Assimilate.
Hey, real talk though, man. Real talk. Jamel Hill, I say, man, you got to be careful with her, bro. Be careful, Cam.
She gonna destroy your shit, boy. She already in the
black quarterback that's on television on a major network. Like I'm, and I don't know if you've thought about that, because one thing that is definitely, like, you see, I mean, listen, you got Brady, Romo, former quarterbacks, Terry Bradshaw, former quarterbacks. Like, that space has been dominated by white quarterbacks. Yeah. You're the only black one that has a quarterback that is on TV giving analysis.
I'll take that.
And
you heard that, Gilly?
But I think that's important though, because the experience that you have as a black quarterback, being in the NFL, being a former MVP, is different.
Yeah, but
it's different.
Can we keep it funky?
Yeah.
I don't get no Brady deal.
I know.
I don't get no Romo deal.
Exactly.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Shout out Natasha Marie in the comment. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. Cam, you speak in English, you speak in Ebonics. Most of the people on these bigger networks at CBS and at Fox who are watching Tom Brady and Romo, they want you to speak proper English. You saying, I don't get no Tom Brady, I don't get no Brady deal, I don't get no, like, that's more slang talk, you know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised. That's cool. Yeah, you can talk the slang talk. You can talk slang talk, bro. But don't be surprised if you don't get the big brand partnerships, because they want you to speak a certain way and look a certain way. They want you to be clean cut. They want you to, you know what I'm saying, be unproblematic Negro. You know what I mean? So if you're not that, which, you know, it's just part of which way you want to play the game. So, but you don't seem surprised when they don't want to give you what you want.
Yeah. Also, she brought up Terry Bradshaw. Man, Terry
that man been doing that shit for like 40 years.
Man he definitely been on Fox for what? Since the early 2000s?
Shout out to the longest.
But
she
also tried to play the role. She said, you're the only black quarterback.
She kept pushing that. She kept pushing.
You see what I'm saying? Black quarterback, because ESPN is loaded over there with black analysts. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Spears been over there how long? Ryan Clark is over there. Stephen A. is damn near the face of ESPN. So why you
just got some new guy over at Sports Center. I forget his name. They just got him. He ain't been on there that long.
And you can tell that
brought up a good point. None of those guys we just named are color commentary. None of them. That's a whole different job, bro. Like, they gonna get the big money because, you know, they live and they have to watch all these games and keep the viewer engaged.
You know how many times I can retake First Take before I air it, as opposed to I'm calling the game live, play by play. That is way harder than You know, it's less
Yeah,
room
because
for
ain't no
mistakes.
room to mess up. Ain't no mistakes. Shit,
You
what
know what
you
I'm
say
saying?
is what goes out.
Yep.
Already.
So, yeah.
So what was his sentence
I
after
don't get what
he
she
made
come
that
from.
statement that he don't get the Brady deal? What was his next sentence after that? Did he go into explaining it?
Nah, first off, she came up with the shit. It was just random. They talking about something else, and then she throws that random shit in there, like she's trying to get some shit started.
Yeah, I knew
She
what
was
narrative
waiting
she
on.
would push.
Yeah, she was waiting on her moment to bring that up, and that's just her being bitter because of what happened to her. So now she want to try to start some shit. But Cam got to be smart and let this woman fuck what you got going on up, because she ain't got shit going on.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that.
I agree, because like Boss Man Jay has stated, her and what's your boy with the glasses that you
Michael
named?
Smith.
Michael Smith. They were like the front, they were like the faces of ESPN at one time with their, a lot of pro black takes, and it was dope to see them. But then like it seemed like it went to the top with Kaepernick, and then they were like the beginning of cleaning the house of that era of ESPN.
Yeah, but my thing is, wasn't RG3 ain't he black? Wasn't he a sports analyst at ESPN before he went over there to Fox Sports now, right?
Yeah.
But wasn't he with ESPN?
Yeah.
So she making it seem like Cam is the first to
first.
ever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When that's a lie.
Exactly. Yep. Oh, there you go. Yep. There you go.
And he looked like he was shocked as hell when she bought it up. Like he didn't want to touch it, but then he didn't want to seem like he was trying to
fell right into the trap, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful with that.
So yeah,
former MVP.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because McNabb made some appearances before.
Yeah. Keep doing your thing, bro.
But we just
don't fall
saying
into that.
they have a job over there. I know RG3 was over there.
Yeah. Well.
So as soon as he got hurt, basically when he retired from
then you threw out my bad, no, but you throw out names like Terry Bradshaw. Man, it's damn near my whole life that nigga been over there. You feel what I'm saying?
Boomer Esiason. It's other ones too, though. It's other ones, that are more recent. But they do have these quarterbacks who ain't winning shit. You think about Boomer Esiason. Boomer Esiason record don't hold a candle to Cam Newton record, college or pros. But of course, it's who are we trying to appeal to? CBS is not trying to appeal to the hood, bro. CBS is not trying to appeal to young Black America. That's who Cam core demographic is. Right or wrong?
Yeah. I mean, that's
CBS.
That's where he targets.
Yes, so CBS has a different agenda when it comes to their targeting of course, they want everybody to watch the show, but their main target of the show is middle-aged white America. You know what I'm saying? So Cam can't be mad, man. Just build your own shit, bro. Get so big to where you can demand them type of numbers. Because at this point, you not. We said his salary in comparison to Tony Romo. Tony Romo was at $17.5 million a year, and Cam was at about $2 million with ESPN. But what about what you making on your own? Because this was, from my understanding, this was from his own podcast right here, right? She came on his podcast.
And you just started out, bro, and you already making $2 million.
That's the thing. You comparing 9 years of experience with Romo with 14 months experience with Newton. There's going to be a difference in the pay grade. You can't be
coming on here expecting these big ass contracts that Brady and Romo now are getting right now when nigga you just coming out. Motherfuckers are just starting to pay attention to you, and this is really because he's getting more attention now because of the shit with him and Gilly, or him and who else he had went up was going up against.
Well,
that's when
earlier y'all had made the point about him it being a bad look that he got to fighting at that little camp and stuff, where you don't see Brady or some of the other quarterbacks, retired quarterbacks in no beefs or no shit like that, physical altercation.
And not even
I guess you could say that
that ain't the first time.
Not even that camp. He just beat up that mascot. Remember?
Yeah. he just sat here and hold on. And that was on national TV.
Yeah. So
at a college football game that he was supposed to be announcing that.
Hey, I know you know what I'm saying. We are all pro black, but we gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying. What he said, keep it funky. We gotta keep it real.
Well, he said, can I keep it funky? Yeah. I ain't with the bullshit.
But shout out Cam, man. Keep working, Cam. Don't start crying and shit now. Don't start comparing yourself to these motherfuckers.
Football field.
Yeah, his career did end too soon, but now you in this round now. So hey, don't start crying and saying what it could have been or what it should have been. Just build yourself up and build your platform and get bigger and bigger. You know.
So they don't want to see us win, Cam. So don't let that sister goddamn it tear you down, man. Cause she gonna take it down. She gonna take it down with her.
What about me, man? Listen. Do what you doing now. You been doing good. You ain't had no problems. You ain't been complaining. Don't let her bring her ass on there and put no shit in your head, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, we gonna leave it right there for right now. Until next time, right here on the Game Changers Podcast, where we discuss politics, sports, current events, entertainment, and everything in between. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you tell a friend. Choose life.